guys. This is the ninth episode of the tutorial series on TablePress WordPress plugin by using which you can create nice and beautiful tables like this one. Font selection has been kind of wrong for this particular site. That's why the table looks blurry. Otherwise, actually, the TablePress WordPress plugin is capable of creating very nice and beautiful tables for you. Okay, so at the last part of the 8th episode, I was showing you that actually. Now, see, I am viewing the taste page, not taste, it's test page of this particular WordPress website. Okay, and I am a visitor now. The visitor, can reorder the items of this table on any column, both ascending and descending. So reordering by the visitor is enabled right here. Enable sorting of the table by the visitor. How about I disable this option and now click Save Changes. Let's see what happens. I want to close this one, but I want to refresh the test page. Okay, like I have told you guys, whenever it will take a lot of time for a page to load, I will simply pause the video. Okay, so you don't worry about this. I will come back once the page has fully loaded. And I guess, yes, it has. I did not need to pause it. Okay, so as you can see now, the visitor, that's me. I cannot reorder the items. I cannot sort the items, okay, because this particular option is now disabled. But this should be enabled, and it was enabled by default when I visited this page for TablePress. Okay, now on to the, and actually to be totally frank, this is the nicest feature of TablePress tables, that actually a visitor can sort the items in a particular column, sort the table, the whole table, based on the items in a particular column by reordering them either ascending or descending. Okay, so let me show you once again actually the beautiness. I have enabled sorting of the table by the visitor, but I have not saved the changes. So let me do that. And once it has, the changes have been saved, I need to reload this page, because this is actually, although the test page is not published yet, but actually I am viewing this like a visitor. If this is published, and visitor will get to see the same thing. Oh, and is it, I don't know what's happened to this. Oh yes, it is working now. You see, John Smith, Frederick Voller, Daniel Gregory, Steven Anderson. Is it ordered? Is it sorted in alphabetically? No, it is not, because if it was sorted alphabetically, then Daniel Gregory would have come first, then Frederick Voller, after that John Smith, and lastly it would be Steven Anderson. Okay, let's click any of this. I guess it's now sorted alphabetically. I do not know whether it's ascending or descending. It is probably ascending. If I click this, no, it was descending. It was descending. Now it is. Okay, if I click this, it will be arranged. It will be sorted descending. So now it's ascending. It really doesn't matter whether this is ascending or descending. I hope you get the concept. Steven Anderson first, John Smith second, Frederick Voller third, and Daniel Gregory first. If I click this, Daniel Gregory becomes first. Since Daniel Gregory is associated with Assistant Manager January 1, 2019, 2.8 years and $3,000 actually. See, so whenever I click this, the same items will be associated with be in the same row with Daniel Gregory. So this is the beauty of this particular feature called enable sorting of the table by the visitor, and I have termed this the nicest feature of the plugin. So let's move on to the next feature, which is search or filtering. It is enabled by default, and it says enable the visitor to filter or search the table. Only rows with the search word in them are shown. Okay, so this is also a pretty good feature. This is the search box. So let's look for Daniel, and yes, so like they have told, only rows with the search word in them are shown. Since it's this is the only row which has Daniel in it, that's why it appears. Okay, how about we type manager, because manager is in every column, not every column, every row. So let's type manager, and as you can see, deputy manager, manager, deputy manager, assistant manager, these three rows shows up because there was one work row Steven Anderson. He is not any sort of manager. He is senior executive. His row is not showing here. So I guess you now know the search or filtering. This, I hope you now know how this search or filtering option works. If I disable this and save changes, I want to, okay, the changes, let's say now I want to refresh this page, and let's see what happens this time. Just a moment. If it takes too long, I will be pausing the video and will come back when the page has fully loaded. Okay, so now you can see that the page has not fully loaded yet. That's the problem. It's still loading, and it seems like it will have loaded within 1 second or two, but then again it's not. See, the sorting is still enabled because the sorting thing is really enabled. Just the search or filtering thing is not enabled. That's why, although this page, technically this page has not fully loaded, but yet you don't see any search or filter box here, do you? That's because, yes, now it has fully loaded, and there is no search box here to the right or left, even below the table. Do you see any search box around here? No, there's not, because the search or filtering option is actually currently disabled. But by default, it is enabled to provide a search box for your TablePress table. Is really a standard practice, let's say a standard practice. So I guess, since I guess I will have to create another video, so I finished this one. So have a nice day, and I will be back in the next video.